Councillor Ash-Cartman. Ash.
Thank you, Leader. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Mark, for the amendment. I think that articulates really well that we have a really clear choice today. It's a choice that's actually quite simple. It's about whether we develop a local plan that meets our housing target, or whether we develop a local plan that says, no, we will not meet that target for the following reasons. Now, this is a choice that we didn't want to make. It's been forced upon us. We've not sought it, but we must make the choice, and we must be honest here. There are no easy solutions or risk-free options, and I think that's important to acknowledge. This is a very difficult thing to do. But it comes back to the housing number, doesn't it? It comes back to that arbitrary algorithm that we get given. And I think people have articulated really quite clearly the way the number changes over years, the way it's based on 2014 numbers, the way even by the government's own reading on these numbers, it is far surpassing what the local need is. The local need is actually a lot lower than the 20,000 houses that we are being requested to build. So we're not just building for people locally, we're building for others too. The report we've got in front of us, actually, not just the motion, the report actually details the feedback we've had from residents, and that's really good. And I do want to say thank you to Richard and Michael, because they did come up to Long Ashton, and we've talked about, John, about that meeting. That was a fraught and difficult but polite meeting, and they were brilliant in that they came and did that and answered residents' questions, and that should be acknowledged, and for that I am grateful. But to me, the message from residents is actually really very clear, and actually it's quite a surprising one. They do want more houses. I mean, that is quite clear, and I do think that's shifted over the last 5 years. People acknowledge we want more houses, but there's some conditions, and those conditions are really what's important. What they say is they want them to be affordable, they want them to be decent, they want supporting infrastructure, and most importantly for us, they do not want them developed at the cost of the environment. They do not want us to build on the green belt, to decimate our areas of outstanding natural beauty, and to provide homes for people that may flood in 20 years as sea level rises. To that, it is quite simple. And that is the problem they're giving us to solve in this consultation. So how do we solve it? And again, it comes back to our choice. It's not easy. But I think when we look at the debates that we've had as executive and with my colleagues, we do have an option here. And that option is to develop and adopt the point 2, which Mark says, which is a constrained approach. It's to say to the government that we cannot meet your housing target, and we are going to utilise something that already exists within your national planning policy framework, which says we do not have to meet it if we have certain circumstances. Now, I am not naive. I know that is not a risk-free approach, and I know colleagues have significant concerns, and I acknowledge that. But the point is we have to make a choice. We can either go down the easy route, the lower risk route perhaps, or we can go down the right route. We have two paths that are diverging, and I want to go down the hard, less trodden path, because I think that's going to make the difference. Thank you.